Hello and welcome to Vault Holocron. I'm Jonathan and today we will be discussing Jedi Master Tera Sinube from the Clone Wars. Tera Sinube is a Kosian Jedi from the deep core planet of Kosia. And Kosians are rarely seen in Star Wars canon, and although Tera Sinube is not the only one, he is the only one to make it onto the TV, appearing in the Clone Wars a few times. Anyway, here is why Tera Sinube deserves more credit. So first, let's start with one which clearly shows that he is a great Jedi Master. Tera Sinube sat on the Jedi High Council. While we didn't get to see this on the movies, it tells us a lot about his character. Getting a seat on the council was no easy feat and required years of hard work and determination. Even then, very few ever made it. Being a Jedi High Council member was one of the highest achievements and shows that Tera Sinube was an amazing Jedi with a lot of power and skill. We all know that Jedi Council were highly esteemed and not to be messed with, and Tera Sinube was one of the masters on there for a time. So next, let's go on to one of Tera Sinube's biggest characteristics in his episode of the Clone Wars, his tactics and crime fighting skill. Tera Sinube was the Coruscant underworld expert and was literally better than the police force. He was a master at chasing criminals down despite his slow speed and was very talented at solving cases. For example, in the Clone Wars episode Lightsaber Lost, he knew that Ione Marcy had a role in the murder of her husband due to her gained fear as Tera Sinube and Ahsoka came into the apartment to look around, and the inconsistency of the story of male attackers when it was a female in the apartment. Later in this episode, he also manages to outplay the thief, Cassidy de Cryer, I hope I said that right, by not following her onto the train but actually waiting at the other station where he easily disarmed her for arrest. This is a massive show of power and something which no police droid could have done. Also, I feel I should quickly mention that he soon hands her over to the police once the thief is disarmed and secure, and does not care for a reward. Now I'm going to cover how Tera Sinube doesn't snitch on Ahsoka. So going back to Lightsaber Lost, the episode started with Ahsoka having her lightsaber stolen by a petty thief, and she soon panics at the realization that it's gone. She rushes to the library where she is then guided by Jocasta Nu over to Tera Sinube, who then goes on the journey with Ahsoka for the lightsaber. Ahsoka is in a panic as she knows Anakin would be very annoyed if he found out she had lost her lightsaber, and Sinube, being the amazing character he is, doesn't tell Anakin, saving Ahsoka the shame. Next, I'm discussing how he helped train both Dooku and Sifo Dyas. So Sifo Dyas and Dooku were two powerful Jedi Masters, and had both been offered seats on the council, which Sifo Dyas accepted and Dooku rejected. While he never took either of them on as his apprentice, he did lead the Hawkback clan, which they were both a part of, so that counts for something. Tera Sinube also led Zang Arrera and Araf Tarex in the Hawkback clan and later took Zang on as his apprentice. It is unknown though if Zang and Araf became powerful Jedi like their peers. So now I'm going to briefly go over how Sinube was a teacher for younglings. Tera Sinube throughout the Clone Wars trained and looked after younglings, as we see in the show, and while it is unknown if he had been doing it prior, I'd say it's a safe bet he did. Also, going back to Lightsaber Lost again, at the end of the episode Tera Sinube sends Ahsoka to the younglings, where she can then pass on the knowledge she had gained from the experience, showing that Tera Sinube really did have the younglings' interests at mind. Also, when Anakin was fighting Barriss Offee, he made sure to stand by and protect the younglings, showing that he is very willing to protect them. So next I'm covering how Tera Sinube nobly sacrificed his droid, M5BZ, to be a part of D Squad, a group of droids assigned to stealing an encryption module from the Separatists. BZ sadly never returned from this mission though, sadly being lost in space after sacrificing himself to save the group from buzz droids. Tera Sinube wasn't selfish, he knew there was a job to be done, and allowed BZ to go, not placing attachment above the important mission. Now I'm going to go on to the most obvious point from seeing him in the Clone Wars, his unique lightsaber. Unlike any other Jedi in canon, Sinube wielded a unique light blue lightsaber. Not much is known about the colour, especially as there is only one in canon, but you've got to admit it's pretty cool having such a unique lightsaber. In canon right now, this is about as rare as the Darksaber, if you look at how many we've seen, although I'd say that it's not at the level of the Darksaber. Also, if you're interested in the lightsaber colours, we cover both of these colours, all of the others as well, and the kyber crystals in another video on this channel, link in the card. Anyway, this blade certainly makes him stand out in the battlefield, and in the temple, leaving behind the mystery of just what it could mean. Finally, I'm covering his lightsaber again, but this time not focusing on the blade. You see, Tera Sinube's lightsaber wasn't just a lightsaber, but also a walking stick. Tera Sinube was an old Jedi, and it was handy to have a stick to walk around with, but for Tera Sinube that didn't mean that he couldn't have his lightsaber at the ready. He could soon ignite his saber when fighting was the necessary course of action, and give his enemies a surprise as they realised he isn't as helpless as he seems, but actually armed and trained. For some older Jedi, lightsaber canes weren't used, like in Yoda's case, but for the slow Tera Sinube it was a perfect fit, allowing him to get an edge in battle and walk around easier. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you now respect Tera Sinube more, and we hope to see you later at Vault Holocron. Okay, so just a quick bit of a bonus bit here. I just want to say that we have released a subreddit. So it's r-Vault Holocron with an underscore in the middle. So you can come there if you want to engage with the community or comment on videos and that. Obviously the comments are still there and we still read them, but it's just in case you want a bit more or something. Thank you, bye.